Folks, this is Texas Paul. We got to have a talk about this fuck nugget right here. This is Charlie Kirk. I had to come down to the cussing pond. Forgive my face is all red because I am mad as hell and I hate this sumbitch. I really do. This guy, first of all, has founded an organization called Turning Point USA. It is a non-profit. It's a 501c3 non-profit. He is tax exempt. You keep that in mind through this whole video. This guy goes on Fox News all the time. All the freaking time. He's always on Carlson. He's on other right-wing media organizations, this, that, and the other. Just pushing shit out there. His purpose in life, if you look at the mission statement here from his organization, is to mind fuck your kids. He's a groomer. That's what he does. That's what he does. He's at your kid's school. If you look at this map, each one of those is a school. That's where he operates out of. Schools and universities. Folks, this guy is horrible. He is an awful human being. An awful human being. This fuck nugget right here is trying to get revenge porn put back on Twitter. I'm not even kidding. He's trying to get revenge porn put back on Twitter as a nonprofit. If you don't know what's going on in Twitter, Elon Musk put out this bullshit thing that's supposed to be a big thing, turned out to be a nothing burger. What it is they guys like Charlie Kirk here are running around saying, we wouldn't have lost, they'd have just let us put revenge porn up. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding, folks. This guy is pushing to your kids on his bullshit Twitter account and his bullshit fucking podcast and through his Turning Point USA organization that is linked and just totally linked to him, that had you seen Hunter Biden's dick, that you wouldn't have voted for Joe Biden. Yeah. He's literally making this point. He's literally making this point. He actually goes so far as to say, because this son of a bitch bust people to the insurrection on January 6th. He paid for buses to take people to the insurrection. He did. I'm not even kidding. As a nonprofit, as a charity, he did that. He is saying that had you just seen Hunter Biden's junk, you would not, there would have been no January 6th insurrection because, that would have somehow magically made Trump win. This is just their attempt to make an excuse for being fucking losers. And they are losers. I'm not even kidding. They are losers. These people, as a nonprofit, met with Rusty Bowers, the Speaker of the House in Arizona, the tallest Republican at the right now in Arizona, to insist that he gerrymander Maricopa County, that he cut up Democrats so that what Democrats want doesn't matter. Rusty Bowers did not acquiesce to that. He said, no, I'm not going to do it. Much to his credit. And if you look at Arizona, it's a blue state. The number of people in it that support Democrats exceeds the number of people that support Republicans. The way democracy is supposed to work. But this fucker doesn't care about democracy. He went on his radio show, or his podcast, and fucking told your kids democracy is bad. I'm not even kidding. He is in your school. Your school district put him in your kid's school. If he's not talking directly to your kids, his little bots that he's creating with this bullshit are talking to your kids. And he's a nonprofit. He wants to carve up Maricopa County. Rusty Bowers says, no, not going to do it. Last election, Arizona turns blue. Now he's attacking Katie Hobbs, who won the election. She sends a letter out to Mojave County, who's refusing to certify the election because that fucking election denier bullshit. And it's just her job. It's tell them, if you don't do your job, it's a crime. It is a crime for a board of electors to refuse to certify election. They can't do it. It's the law in Arizona. Republicans wrote that damn law. It's just the way it is. This guy is attacking her because she's Secretary of State. Well, that's her job now. But she was just elected to be governor. You know, she will become governor. But right now she's the Secretary of State. That's her fucking job, to make sure that these elections are certified. And just to point out the hypocrisy of it, this guy didn't have a fucking problem with Brian Kemp being Secretary of State and running an election. Not at all. You know, he had Wendy Rogers, one of the fucknuttiest fucknut Republicans in the country, on his show. Watch this clip.
I'm shocked by some of these numbers, Wendy. I got to be honest. I mean, you know the state really well. You've been a grassroots activist for a while. The vibe on the ground was totally different than this, wasn't it?
Yes. Well, we wonder now if we were in an echo chamber.
Well, I mean, look,
I don't know. I'm just beginning to get some perspective.
Look, I
even she could see they're in a fucking bubble, but the problem is he's sucking your kids into that bubble. Folks, this is not a joke. This is not a joke. It doesn't take much to fucking mind fuck a kid. It doesn't. And these people have unfettered access to your kids. Look at this map again. These are schools. These are fucking schools. You need to get your ass down to your school and demand Turning Point USA be taken out of your school. You need to be calling the IRS and demanding they lose their 501c3 exempt status. These people are not acting as a charity or educational organization. They are a political operation. And folks, I will tell you, I'm political as fuck, but I pay taxes on my earnings. I'm not a thief. I pay taxes on my earnings. This guy is claiming to be a fucking charity. No, he is not tax exempt. No, he is not. You need to be calling the IRS. You need to be calling your representatives. You need to be calling your school district. You need to be showing up at school board meetings and find out why the fuck this garbage is in your kid's school. It's a load of bullshit. And I'm telling you, all they're trying to do, and he's proud of it, he advertises it, is trying to make kids stupider. Trying to make them more conservative. Despite all the fucking facts in the world, totally blowing everything this fucker says out of the water. I mean, and it's such a fake AstroTurf fucking movement too. That's the part that kills me. You know, they put this big thing up, and Fox News helped them spread this bullshit, you know, and they showed footage at angles that made the crowd look really big. When he was in New Mexico, some protesters showed up when he went to go talk in New Mexico, because the students in New Mexico are like, fuck this guy. This guy's fucking pro-fascist, anti-democracy. Fuck this guy. This is not an American right here. This guy is a traitor. He bussed people to January 6th. Fuck this guy. And they showed up to protest. But it was only a handful of them. It was only a handful of people. There were more cops there than there were protesters. But Fox News helped them put this video out where they show it different angles, so it looks like a whole lot of people. But Charlie Kirk's such an arrogant fuck, he couldn't help but take a picture standing with the crowd in the background. And you can see there's more fucking cops there than there are protesters. But they spread it all over right wing like they're some sort of, they're like the Alamo, the last fucking stand. That much propaganda as the fucking Alamo was. People, get these people away from your kids. Get these people away from your kids. They're bad people. They're horrible people. Get them away from your kids. Go down to your school. Demand the Turning Point chapter be removed from your school for trying to teach your kids democracy is bad, or that revenge porn is okay. I love you folks. This is Old Texas Paul out. Please hit the subscribe button. Get this message out as far as you frickin' can. Share it everywhere you can. This is important. This is protecting your children, folks. This is protecting your children. Protect your children from this fucking groomer. Love you folks. Old Texas Paul out.
MeidasTouch is unapologetically pro-democracy. And look, we know you are too. So please make sure you check out our best-selling shirt and our best-selling gear, the unapologetically pro-democracy gear. And hey, while you're at it, make sure you check out my favorite shirt and one of our most famous designs. It wasn't rigged, you're just a loser. At store.MeidasTouch.com. That's store.MeidasTouch.com.